from Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta, Georgia. This is Madden Football on EA Sports. As we'll see Michael Penix and the Atlanta Falcons versus Derek Carr and the New Orleans Saints.
We are pleased as always to be bringing you coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. And here come the Saints for their opening drive. They're led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch his development through the years, and right now what you see is a very confident quarterback who has a strong sense of self, totally understands the offense, and knows how to get the ball to his playmakers on the run.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Play action. Now it's Carr. Little short pass here to Hill. Call it a gain of 3 on the play. And just like that, it's third down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Carr going to try and throw on third down. And the defense has it covered. It's intercepted. He may go. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. And he'll wisely just take a knee here, and this ball will come out to the 30-yard line. New Orleans Saints, they get ready to set up shop for their second drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
So following the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Carr. And we'll get this one underneath to Kamara. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a pickup of 13. Throwing now is Carr. There's Chris Olave. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Call that a very strong gain of 24. Again, they'll throw with Carr. That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. Try to pound it in, Kamara. Gets and he'll barrel his way into the end zone for a Saint touchdown. Alvin Kamara, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are an extra point away from evening this one up. The point after, good by Groupie. And we are tied at 7. So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. And the capper came from Alvin Kamara on the touchdown run. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Ray McLeod to return. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. So here come the Falcons now to get the football for the first time. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the rookie from the University of Washington.
I tell you what, when he is on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one is capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
A run for the first time with Bijan Robinson. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Nice chunk of yards on first down. It really opens up your options for what you want to do on second. You go right back to him and hope he explodes, or sucker the defense in before throwing over the top.
On 2nd down, another shot for Robinson. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
On 3rd down, Robinson. And the athleticism on the spin move allows him to pick up the first before he's brought down. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Now a nice throw here, right side. He hauls it in. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Good yardage after the catch as that play good for 30 and a first. To the air, Penix. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
From the 20, here's 2nd down and 3. Robinson with another carry. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down. They'll throw with Penix. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. Drake London, his intended target. And it's 2nd down. Now And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down. Robinson will score. Touchdown, Atlanta. First quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Crew able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line. The New Orleans offense back out and ready to go. As this offense comes back out here, Charles, they're trailing in this ball game, and they've been on the sideline for a while. They did score their last time out, but they just had to watch that long, sustained drive, so we'll see if they can shake the rust off.
Yeah, and that's always a question that you have when you have to come off the bench after having sat there for a long time. Are you ready to go? Are you loosened up? But even more so, are you mentally alert and ready to put your best product out there?
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Carr. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The Saints with a football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And this one not going anywhere. They get him at the 44 for a gain of just a yard. Now 3rd down and 7. Here's Carr. Out of the backfield, that's complete to Kamara. And he'll be tackled after a gain of 4. Still 3 yards short. 4th down. Here comes the Saints punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. So for the 2nd time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. 7 yards there and a 1st down. And looking to throw, Penix. Flush to his right. He'll get this complete to Charlie Werner. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. He was out there waving his arms, and when you got a quarterback out of the pocket looking for any help, I guess waving the arms is helpful.
It certainly is, because you got to get his attention, because now you're in scramble drill. So everyone's adjusting their routes, finding open space, and he found the right spot for the completion.
Able to get the 1 yard he needed, but nothing more.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
And he's taken down here by the Saints. Devon Godshaw getting in there and dropping him. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Here's Penix. Checks this one down to Robinson. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
Well, sometimes despite the best planning, the defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
This ball down the field for Pitts, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Carr going to lead the Saints up here 1st and 10 at their own 26. He'll start with a give to Kamara. And he'll get this up just shy of the 30.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right. And after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Carr able to locate his running back, Kamara. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 43 on 2nd and 4. Kamara up the middle. Busts through the tackle. He's still on his feet. And he's taken down inside the 30. 58 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7. Carr now on 1st down. Over the middle and complete to Shaheed. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice plays. 12 yards that time and a 1st down. Into the red zone. It's Carr. Wilson snags it left side. And the Saints are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. Now Carr. And he's got him. It's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Said Wilson from 4 yards out. And the Saints are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. Groupie able to add the PAT. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Falcons. Kyle Pitts, 75 yards. And the Falcons are able to strike quickly here as they are in for 6. He put quite a bit of air underneath that touchdown pass. Of course, we knew that he had the strong arm.
That part was easy. You could see that throughout his college career. But what you want to know about a rookie is when the pressure's on, can you throw with touch? He just did right there. And, boy, it was pretty.
Coup for the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. One of the shortest drives you'll ever see. One play, 75 yards, 6 points. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30. Derek Carr and the Saints set to go back on offense. 5 for 5 that last drive. Touchdown pass as well. He was clicking. Receivers, I don't want to be cliche, but running really solid routes too.
And what I love about it is when you look across any team, all right, the body types of the receivers are usually different. The way that they get open, different as well. Some of them use power to get open. Some of them use those head fakes and subtle moves. Some of them just use pure speed. And the really good ones, when they're established.
Pressure brought in, and the Falcons get there for the sack. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. Now Carr. That's to his running back. It's Alvin Kamara. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Throwing for the out route, he finds Wilson. And boy, he is very close to a first down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. So on fourth down, Matthew Hayball on to punt. And a nice special teams job here. This is going to be down inside the 10 at the 7-yard line. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, back to you guys in just a moment. But welcome everyone to our Creative Village studios in the EA Sports Halftime Report. It was the former Longhorn Bijan Robinson who was tough to stop in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. Back and forth, we win in that first half. This has certainly been an entertaining one to watch thus far. So let's get right back out to it as we'll rejoin our commentators, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Falcons offense ready to get going to begin this third quarter. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
Yeah, they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Back to Robinson now on first down. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
And he'll get about 3 here up to the 44-yard line. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Penix on third down. Here's a screen for Robinson. And they're able to stop him short. On 3rd and 6, they'll only pick up 4. On the bootleg, it's Penix. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. Looking to throw, Penix. Eluding the pressure right. This pass is caught by London. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That one good for 37 yards.
One of the things that led this organization to commit to him as a starting quarterback as a rookie, his ability to keep his eyes downfield and make plays out of the pocket.
And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Tyler Algier, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And the lead now up to 14. So that drive in total 8 plays.
And it was Tyler Algier capping things off with a touchdown.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And he'll wisely just take a knee here. This ball will come out to the 30-yard line.
Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge, an opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
Carr to throw on second down.
The pass caught by Olave.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40.
Big tackle for loss by D'Angelo Malone. Just an excellent play.
After the loss, they'll come up 2nd and 13. Here's Carr to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 33. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
And Wilson in motion left. And they're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. A 10th carry for Kamara. Able to slither by. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the gun, it's Carr. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds right around the 7. To throw, it's Carr. And he's got it. Touchdown, Saints. Taysom Hill, a 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Saints are able to get a score back in the final stages of this third quarter.
The point after, good by Groupie. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. So a nice drive put together there. They go 75 yards in 9 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for New Orleans.
And the returner down to a knee, and this will come out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
On second down, another shot for Robinson.
And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
And this is exactly what you're looking to do offensively. If you can start stringing some runs together like this, you'll keep churning out first downs, and that's going to put you in a great position to carry this one home.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up second.
From the shotgun, it's Penix. Into the hands of London. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. And he'll take this down to the 33.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Throwing on 2nd down, Penix. And that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Sets up the screen to Robinson. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. The Falcon passing game looking good on this drive as they get the 1st down. He'll drop to throw. This one hauled in, and again it's Robinson. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down. Algier now up the middle. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're going to look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Robinson. Touchdown! Bijan Robinson. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Falcons have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. They have to love seeing that from their young quarterback here in the 4th quarter, able to further that lead with a touchdown pass.
He didn't go turtle, did he? And you know what I mean by that. I had an old coach used to say all the time, hey, when we have a lead late, don't just tuck in and try and ride it out. Go out and play and extend the lead. And that's what he did.
A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told.
And it was capped off by a touchdown catch from Bijan Robinson. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And no thought of bringing this one out. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll begin the drive at the 30.
Out onto the field comes New Orleans.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Carr's throw caught by his receiver, Hill.
Yeah, they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
To throw his Carr. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Saints football as we get you reset.
They'll come up now on 2nd down.
Working from the gun, it's Carr.
It's complete. Kamara.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
The sound reverberating here in the dome. This is 3rd down.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here.
That'll be caught by Hill.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he
he's inside the 30. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Yeah, you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. Little short pass here to Hill. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Well, this crowd into it now. 3rd and 2. That is caught. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Here's 1st and goal. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Here's Carr. Looking middle, and that's complete. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. Carr. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Now the focus is really clear. They need to get that first down and either get out of bounds or maybe use one of those timeouts.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Clark Phillips has got it. And the Falcons are going to take possession here at their own 33. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Here now, 2nd and 4. He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining. So the field goal unit is coming on here. And, boy, this is going to be darn near impossible. And what are the whistles for? Timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now it looks like he'll throw here. Crossing route incomplete. He's got Pitts. Now whistles and a timeout called here. Not sure of the point of this, but they'll stop it with 4 seconds to go in the game. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is good from 57 yards out. That was bombs away right there. And that will extend their lead even further. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Falcons here as we say so long from Atlanta.